Hi lovelies! I wanted to make a video on what I do on a very lazy day. So I started off today with a lazy yoga session. I do yoga with Adrian and I do it very rarely, once in a blue moon. But I am trying to get more fit, but I'm mostly going to try to do walks and go on adventures. But I did try to do yoga every day and I just can't do it. I think for me it's not exciting enough. So yeah, I did do it today and I videoed it and I had a lot of fun, but I think in the future I'm going to focus on doing more walks, and I will take you along with me and we'll go and explore in different areas. So I am eating low FodMap at the moment for my IBS, and one of the best things to eat is eggs. Eggs are low FodMap in all varieties, so it is one of the most essential things to learn how to make. And I'm just making poached eggs, so I just boiled the water and then I put the eggs in. I didn't really put anything else in the water. You're supposed to put vinegar, but I totally forgot and it still worked out fine. And I just left the eggs in there until they looked tasty, but around 2 minutes should be okay. And then I just put it on some rice crackers. So bread is not gluten-free. Unless you have gluten-free bread, then that's great, but rice crackers are an alternative. You can also put some sesame seeds, and I cut up some tomatoes and some chili and had that on the side. I also love tomato sauce, so I put that on. And this is completely up to you, but I put some cottage cheese underneath the eggs as well because I'm just obsessed with cheese and I can't eat all cheeses. So on a lazy day at home, I like to go and read, and when I go and read I need a few materials. I always bring a towel in case it's been raining or the seat I'm sitting on is uncomfortable. My Kindle, because it's easy to carry that instead of carrying a book. A jumper, because you never know what the weather's gonna hold. And a water bottle, because you never know when you're gonna get thirsty and you don't want to go home just because you're thirsty. That's just a waste of your time and energy. So the weather wasn't perfect today. It had been raining a bit, but you still have to respect the view. It's simply gorgeous. So it was a really nice reading day for me. I only videotaped it a little bit, but you'll see if you watch the next clip that there was a little crow that came and said hello to me, and I love crows. They're very symbolic and they're very important for witchy people, so I thought that was sweet of him to come and say hello to me. So for lunch today, I am making low FODMAP sushi. Sushi in general tends to be low FODMAP, but if you're buying it from the shop, they sometimes include some mayonnaise inside, which is not low FODMAP. And they also have soy sauce, and soy sauce has gluten in it. So today I'm going to be substituting soy sauce with tamari. If you do want to have tamari, just make sure you read at the back and make sure it doesn't have gluten in it, because some of them do. So I used the rice that I prepared earlier and I had put it in the fridge. So you want the rice to be cold before you use it. It just makes it easier to work with. And then I'm going to put some tuna inside my sushi, and I'm going to put cucumber. So tuna and cucumber are both low FODMAP. I know a lot of people normally like tuna and avocado, but avocado is unfortunately not low FODMAP, and even if I have a bit of it, I feel pretty sick. I also put some tamari and I put some sesame seeds. And then to make sure that the sushi roll sticks, I put some vinegar, and then I rolled it up, and then I put the vinegar on the outside as well. It's okay if some comes out on either side. It's pretty tricky to get it right, honestly, but today it wasn't really working with me as well as it normally does, so apologies for that. I'm just chopping up some carrots. Carrots are definitely low FODMAP, so everyone should have them in their fridge and use them in any way that they can if they are on a low FODMAP diet. So here I'm just adding them to some minced beef, and I'm just going to be making some tacos for dinner. So I just put some salt, and then I'm going to put a lot of seasoning. So I'm going to put mixed pepper in. You can buy that from any shop. It's just called mixed pepper, but it's a spice that's used in a lot of Lebanese dishes. So I highly recommend that if you like the Mediterranean taste of beef and other meats. I wouldn't put it with chicken too much, maybe only a tiny bit. Now I put a tiny bit of nutmeg, only a little bit, it adds a little bit of spice. And then turmeric, you can add as much turmeric as you want. Cayenne pepper, just a medium amount depending on how spicy you want it to be. And mix it all together. It's important, you don't want to just get one bite filled with all the spices and then the rest of your food is just tasteless. So this should take between 15 and 20 minutes to cook. If you need some help because it's taking too long, you can put a lid, which I did end up doing in the end. But I just wanted to say there's other things you can do, like using tongs is useful to help the meat kind of get separated and ensure that everything is mixed properly. So when the lid goes on, everything cooks much faster and we're pretty much done. So for the sides, I'm going to make some tomatoes that I can cut very thinly, and that way I can fit it inside the taco. And the taco itself, if you buy the one that's hard, they are totally fine and low FODMAP, so they will be fine to eat. So salsa is not low FODMAP, but I did include it because I love it a lot, and it actually did make me get some symptoms from IBS, so I don't recommend you add it if you do have IBS. But I also put some yogurt in there. I put coconut yogurt, which is low FODMAP, and that's kind of like an alternative to sour cream.